Hello everybody, this is another Burning Heaven video. This one will talk a little bit about the map that you're looking at right now. The one that you're looking at has the political regions where most of the races are, and as you can tell by looking at the map, all of the races are pretty separated. They're kind of plopped down in the setting in various locations, and none of them are really close to one another. As you can see, the scale is 500 kilometers. Or basically 310 miles there on the bottom right. And the idea is that the gods that created these races wanted them to be able to develop on their own and to have a unique culture, and as time would, inevitably roll on, that these cultures would start to interact with the other races that were close to them. And like we talked about before, some of the races like to wander, so they have found where more of these races are and how to interact with them. We also talked about having the setting being a young setting, where the first 1 to 3 generations of all the races, that's all the time that has elapsed since the creation of the world. And depending on each of the races, they have different creation myths, possibly. Again, the setting is it's a skeleton. It needs more flesh on the bones. But at the same time, it's kind of nice because you can come up with whatever you want for whatever campaign you're running. And you can fill in those blanks with whatever you think is interesting. So what I originally thought to be sort of unfinished is just open-ended, where we've gone through and talked about the races now. We've talked about their cultures. And some of those need fleshed in, more as well. But as you look at the map, you can see where they're all at. It might be kind of hard to read the names because the map is a lot bigger than YouTube allows in a video. But the Pagid and the Igigig are in the bottom left corner of the map. And as you kind of move east, the Ugu Azad are in the little area there. And if you just go up the coast, the Yajespa by the lake there, the Uzadirig Agestion are sort of along the river basin there. The Iganudu are at the top right, and their close neighbors are the Min Kuku. Now, if you move further inland, the Shusid, the Mergiram, and the Gadim are all sort of in the middle there, middle left. The H.A.R.P are sort of like in the cliffs in the mountains there. And he used yellow to kind of signify where the different races are. The H.A.R.P kind of mixed in there with the other yellow that's actually already in the map. The Eshbahal, then the Urisaku, and then as you move up north, you'll see the Arillo on the top left, Arillu, and that's the sort of, pirate, slave, sort of evil race. And then the, oh man, I'm having a hard time pronouncing my own races. The Anzadushia, the Kurbara, the Isenhaz, the Kanaush, the Lumstress, and the Tomufu are at the very north up there. And that's pretty much where everyone is. If you look at the map itself, I just really love the way he did this. It's by elevation. So just by color, you can tell how everything, what's the elevation of something, what's there. And I like the colors of the yellows and the dark greens and the light greens and the white and black. The white is the highest elevation, so those are invariably the mountains, plateaus. The black is sort of the next level down, so wherever you see black, that's it's a little bit lower in elevation. Then it's the yellow, the light green, and then the dark green is the closest to sea level. So the map has its strengths, and I guess it has its weaknesses too, because you don't see where the swamps are. You don't see where the forests are. But again, I think this can be a strength. It's open-ended. You can put the forest wherever you want. You can put the swamps and the the lakes and so forth. Well, I guess the lakes and rivers are pretty easily seen wherever they. I don't know, he ended up putting lakes and rivers in there as well. But again, when you're running a campaign, if you want a river to be somewhere, there's a river there. Feel free to bend and change things as you wish. So that's pretty much the map. We were allowed to use it. The creator of the map, it's copyright 2010, 2011 by Concept Visions, LLC. and the cartography was done by RMF Runyan. And I really appreciate him allowing me to use this map to make this collaborative setting. This map was basically just sitting on his hard drive, not really doing anything, and he just felt like, just donating it, essentially. He has allowed me to use this map for another setting as well that I'll be working with my weekly gaming group to sort of make our own thing and see what happens. But I just want to share the map and pretty much where all the races are. All this information is on the website, but I figure since the YouTube community, they might just like to turn on the video and let someone ramble on in the background. But that's the map, and the next video will go through some of the gods that are in the setting.